It was overwhelming, to be honest. The building was in disarray, and the amount of work that was ahead of us 2 years ago to this date was monstrous. We needed an amazing team, and we definitely had that team for the past 2 years to get us to the point where we're at today. When we came in, the roof was pretty much non-existent. The building had took on so much water over the years that it damaged a lot of the interior finishes that the building had, very luxury finishes when the building was built over 100 years ago.
This building is in 4 sections, section 1, 2, 3, and 4. On the north side of the building, section 1 and 2 wasn't that bad. What we had in section 1 and 2, we had mold on the 6th, 5th, and 4th floor. In section 3 and 4, the roof has caved in. We had water damage all the way from the 6th floor all the way down to the 1st floor. At the time we took ownership, there was no one living in the building. The city of Utica condemned it. The reason was because of the water damage and the mold and the asbestos throughout the building.
We struggled at first due to the amount of water the building took on to try to keep the water out of the building. We put a temporary roof on the permanent roof until we could get to the stage where the permanent roof could go on. And during the abatement, because of the amount of water the building took on, the plaster that was on the brick fell off. We had multiple incidental disturbances where we had to clear everybody out and re-abate the areas. We were able to salvage a good amount of the wood floors, but a lot of the wood floors had to be replaced just because of the saturation that they had over the 10 to 20 years that the building was in the disarray period. Mid-Atlantic Environmental was the abatement contractor on the site, and they were here for just over a year doing only abatement of the asbestos, the mold, and the lead on the walls and ceilings. The abatement process was monstrous. It was the biggest part of this project. The biggest abatement project that I believe Gaetano and Mid-Atlantic have ever been a part of. They had 40 to 50 guys on site daily just doing abatement. They brought in other contractors to assist them to meet the schedule of where we are at today. It ended up being right around 4,000 tons of asbestos waste that was removed and brought to the landfill in Ava. The major issue with this entire project stems back to the abatement, just because of the condition of the building. We started out at a 40% abatement, and due to the condition of the building, it went to a full 100% abatement. That was by far the largest issue on the project that we had. The parapets on the building had to be completely rebuilt, and then pretty much the entire facade had to be completely repointed. Lupini Construction did that for us. They're also a local contractor that we used on the project. Gaetano tries to use local contractors and local suppliers whenever we can on every project.
We're going to have 153 units here, 34 efficiency apartments, 87 one-bedrooms, and 32 two-bedrooms. These are all subsidized housing. This building didn't have a sprinkler system in. We put a full sprinkler system in the building throughout every room, closet, downstairs in the basement. All new wiring. This had aluminum wiring in before. Now it's all new copper wiring, meets all the codes and everything. Smoke detectors in every room here. We meet all the city codes and New York State fire codes. They took 250 applications. Now it goes into a lottery. We'll open July 1st of this year. Liberty is the owner, and CRM is our sister company, is our management company. We'll have cameras throughout the hallways, throughout the properties. But to make sure they do not destroy the units, we are doing a quarterly inspection of every unit 4 times a year.
The Olbiston Apartments were an issue for many years. Not only was the building decrepit, but it truly wasn't a good living situation for anyone who had an apartment in the building. Historic preservation is always key. And typically in the past, you've seen buildings either burn down or be torn down in our community. With Liberty Affordable coming in for homes and community renewal and all the associated partners, not only did we have an enormous historic preservation project take place in Utica, but now we have multiple units right in the heart of the city where people need them most. They're affordable. They're not only clean, but people have an opportunity to live in a completely renovated building and really start a new chapter in Utica.
The building is like no other. There's not anything else like it probably in the country. Between the marble floors, the level of detail, the arched brick ceilings, and then just the level of finish in the building, when it was built with the plaster covering every surface, beautiful wood floors, the large, very detailed and ornate wood trims that were throughout all of the apartments and the common corridors. It's really nothing that we'll ever see in our day today, and we're doing our best and hope we are putting it back to the standards that it was built. It's extremely rewarding to me and also the entire team. I think I'm only a small part of this entire team, and we wouldn't be at the point where we're at today without the entire Gaetano team, all of the subcontractors, all of the suppliers. It's going to be a showpiece when we're done, and we look forward to having it under our hat.